Hey guys, so today I'm going to do my first pregnancy update. If you don't already know that I am pregnant, go ahead and watch my pregnancy announcement video. I'll have the link down in the description box below. I did an announcement video for YouTube on my pregnancy, and I also did a pregnancy announcement reaction video on telling my family that I was pregnant. So I'll have the link down below to the playlist where I'm going to be uploading all these pregnancy update videos. I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about my pregnancy, and as you can tell by the title of this video, it's from week 5 to week 10. I didn't do like every week update videos just because I don't feel like I have too much information in the first trimester other than feeling like sick and all kinds of stuff. But I did write everything down. I do have a notebook here where I'm writing everything down for every week. So on the yellow, you know, it's every week, and I write down like all my symptoms and everything so I can do videos and show you guys, and also to document my pregnancy. So anyways, I first want to start talking about when I got pregnant and how I found out and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that first, and then I'll start from week 5 to week 10 and telling you guys like all my symptoms and everything. All right, so first of all, I do want to kind of rewind everything a little bit and tell you guys about my miscarriage. So I had a miscarriage on June 10th, 2014. After the miscarriage, I did bleed until August 28th. So I don't know if I ever did a specific video on my miscarriage update, but I'm just gonna go ahead and add it here really quick, and then I'll go ahead and start talking about my pregnancy. So yeah, basically I had the miscarriage on June 10th, and I bled from June 10th to August 28th. I know, crazy. It's a whole lot of weeks and days of bleeding. I only stopped for like 4 days in between those 3 months, and I literally bled for all, I think 13 weeks they were. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure how many weeks they were, but yeah, I bled for all that time. I did go to my follow-ups after my miscarriage to my regular clinic twice, and the second time they did prescribe me birth control pills, which I've never taken before, and supposedly that was gonna, you know, regulate my period, but yeah, it obviously didn't. They gave them to me for the month of August, so in the beginning of August I started taking them, and they were supposed to regulate. The first 2 weeks passed, and then I called the clinic again, and I'm like, they're not doing nothing. They're like, well, just let them kick in, and I was like, okay. So I, you know, continued taking them, and then the last week of August I was like, that's it, I can't take this no more. It's too much bleeding, too much. I just can't take it anymore. It's torturing me. So yeah, I went to the ER. I didn't bother going back to the clinic. I went to the ER. They did ultrasounds, pregnancy tests, all kinds of stuff. They did regular ultrasound, they did vaginal ultrasound to see if there was any leftovers or anything like that, because that can possibly cause your bleeding to continue. So obviously they had to do that. So they did that. They did a pregnancy test. Pregnancy test was negative. I did have a little bit of anemia, so they did prescribe me iron. And when they did the ultrasounds, you know, vaginal and regular one, didn't see nothing. There was nothing left over. There was just nothing. There was no reason. There was no answers to my questions. There was just nothing to let me know why I was bleeding for so long. I've come to a conclusion that it could have been all in my mind, that I wasn't letting go, or I don't know. It's just thoughts that you get. And so yeah, August 28th, I went to the ER. Like I said, and all this happened. And then, you know, I didn't get answers, nothing. So I went back home. I stopped taking the birth control pills that day, you know, August 28th. And then on August 29th, my whole bleeding stopped. No more bleeding, no more blood clots, no more nothing. So that was crazy. It was so weird, you know, because after going to the ER and them doing all that, I stopped bleeding. So yeah, anyways, for the month of September, I don't remember having a period. I didn't write it down, but I did have a period between the whole month of September or the first week of October. So I don't exactly remember dates. I didn't write it down. I just thought it was a little bit of bleeding because it wasn't even like 6 full days. I usually have a period for 6 full days, but that was like 4.5 days or so. I didn't even have like full 6 days of period. So I don't know when was the exact dates I got the period or anything. I'm kind of just guessing. It was like 3 weeks after I start bleeding from the miscarriage on August 28th. So I think it was either the last week of September. So yeah, it was either the last week of September or the first week of October that I had like a period. I was kind of busy then because I did a yard sale the first week of October, and I remember I actually went through all my tags and everything. I didn't write nothing down, so I was trying to find something, some clues, but I didn't find any. So on September 28th, I remember texting my sister telling her, oh, have you gotten your period, because we usually get around the same time, and she's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh, I haven't gotten it, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, after that, obviously I didn't think I was pregnant since I didn't have like a full period, or I really don't know about these stuff, so I didn't think I was pregnant or anything like that. I just didn't really worry about it. I was just more like, oh, it hasn't regulated, you know, probably skip a period and then come back again. I don't know, that's just my thoughts. And then my husband started questioning me and, you know, saying, you haven't gotten a period, what's going on? And I was like, oh, it just hasn't regulated or whatever. I was just so comfortable, you know, with the fact that it needed to regulate. And so yeah, November came, mid-November, and we got kind of a little bit worried because we were like, okay, well, nothing's coming, nothing's happening, we're mid-November and what's going on? So I decided to get a pregnancy test from the dollar store. That's usually where I get them. That's where I got Gracie's, that's where I got the other one, and that's where I got this one too. So they're always right for me. So I don't see the point of going to the drugstore and getting like a $15-20 one. I don't even know how much they are. Anyway, so I got a pregnancy test November 16th. I took a pregnancy test, it was positive. So I decided to go to the clinic right away. November 17th, I went to the clinic, and that's where everything begins. So I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about everything that happened November 17th. So I went to the clinic, obviously, and they did a pregnancy test. It was positive. They did an ultrasound. Pregnancy was confirmed. There was a sac. There was no baby, there was no heartbeat. So I was very alarmed then because I was like, okay, I don't know how many weeks I am, but honestly that's what happened last time, so I was scared. But obviously that doesn't mean anything. Like, you could be early in pregnancy like I was. I was only like about 5 weeks then, so there wasn't really a visible baby or a heartbeat to be able to hear. My weight was 154 on November 17th, and they made me another appointment for a follow-up because, you know, where I go to the clinic, they make you go like every week until they hear a heartbeat. So since they kind of, you know, measured or thought or went by whatever I told them that I was 5 weeks, they went for 2 weeks. So they did a 2 weeks follow-up. So in 2 weeks I was supposed to go back again and get another ultrasound checkup and everything and see where I was at. So for the following 2 weeks, you know, 5 weeks and 6 weeks, my symptoms were acne. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but I have a lot of acne. I've been going through this since I found out I was pregnant. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's pretty bad, and it has been since 5 weeks of pregnancy, and I'm like about 12 weeks now. So yeah, it's crazy, but that has been one of my #1 symptoms. For weeks 5 and 6, I started with some nausea, nothing too bad, hardly anything. I was just feeling some nausea, a little bit of moody, emotional, very fatigued. I felt fatigued a lot. I felt very bloated, like very pregnant, and I was only 5 weeks. And I also started getting short of breath. I don't know, I've had that before I was pregnant, but I don't know if this, I hadn't had it for a while, so I don't know if it has to do with the pregnancy. And then I felt like very dizzy too. For like 2 days I did feel dizzy like the whole day. It was so weird. I've never had that with Gracie's pregnancy or my previous pregnancy. And gassy. Oh my gosh, I was gassy those 2 weeks. And then one day I did have a lot of leg cramp, like on one leg, on my calf, I think I was gonna call it. I had a lot of cramp on it. And another symptom for those 2 weeks is I started feeling fuller boobs. Like, my boobs just felt fuller. So yeah, I do want to say that I'm gonna be a little bit specific on most of my symptoms. It is pregnancy, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on in your body. So on my second doctor's appointment, it was December 1st, and I was about 7 weeks. I had another ultrasound done then, and the baby was there, and we were able to see the heartbeat. So baby, they weren't able to measure much. They just kind of said, okay, yeah, 7 weeks, but they were able to hear a heartbeat. So yeah, the heartbeat was 137, and my weight was still at 154 then. Looking down here because this is where I have all my notes, so I hope you guys don't mind. So yeah, the doctor just said everything looks good. My doctor is not very specific, and she is very rushy. Like, she doesn't really take her time to see how I'm doing or anything. She just kind of rushes through the appointment. I literally spend more time in the ultrasound than I do in the room with this doctor, so that kind of sucks about this clinic. I don't know if I'm gonna continue going there. I mean, I did go there when I was pregnant with Gracie, and it was the same thing. With Gracie, I did get a change of insurance later on, almost at the end of my pregnancy, and I did go to a much better clinic, but I don't know if that's gonna happen now. So anyways, my symptoms for week 7 were dizzy, nausea, emotional acne, frequent pee. That was an additional symptom, and most of my symptoms started fading. Like the ones from 5 and 6 weeks started fading, like they would come and go and faded. So that's what happened on 7 weeks, and now at 8 and 9 weeks, they were about the same from weeks 5 and 7. So everything I said that I felt for week 5 to 7, I felt for the weeks 5 and 9. So there was really not much changes. I pretty much felt the symptoms back and forth. They will come and go. Some days were stronger, some days were just like nothing, you know. So week 10, I went to another doctor's appointment. It was December 23rd. So that was my third doctor's appointment. I had an ultrasound then. Baby measured at 11 weeks exact, but obviously that was my 10 weeks, so I don't know exactly where I'm at right now. So they did schedule me for another ultrasound, which is tomorrow, this January 6th. So January 6th, tomorrow, I have another ultrasound, and they're gonna do like measurements and everything, give me like an actual due date, and you know, just tell me exactly how many weeks. Heartbeat was 173. My weight dropped to 150. I did lose 4 pounds. Doctor did say it was a healthy growing baby. My symptoms for week 10 were obviously acne, like you guys could tell for week 12 now. I've had a lot of acne. I've definitely felt fuller boobs, stronger nausea. My nausea did get stronger on week 10, and I started getting a bit more energy on week 10, which was great because it was the week of Christmas. So yeah, and then I started kind of like nesting. I pretty much started like, you know, organizing stuff, and you know, having a place for everything, and I don't know, just weird crazy stuff. And I started feeling really thirsty and some anxiety. I've always had anxiety, but not as bad, and then it had gone away for a while, but it kind of started coming back again. So I'm really hoping that doesn't come back and stay. And that's pretty much it, guys. I have another update to do for you guys for week 11 and week 12, which is these past 2 weeks, but I'll have that in another video. Yeah, there's more symptoms then, a little bit more different, but yeah, I'll go into more detail when I do that update. But for now, I just want to go ahead and finish up this week 5 to week 10 update video. So I really hope you guys enjoy these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all your support. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. To finish off this update video for my pregnancy, I do want to give you guys like a quick review of how I'm gonna be doing these videos. So I pretty much want to do, you know, document my pregnancy and do pregnancy update videos, but I don't think I'm going to be doing every week videos because I just don't feel like there's much change in every week on pregnancy. Maybe in the last 2 weeks, somewhere around there, but not really like now in the first 2 trimesters. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do every 2 weeks. I will be doing additional videos like baby haul videos, like obviously when we find out the gender, and like baby names, and I'll probably be doing like the what do you call those, not fairy tales, something about guessing the gender or something like that. I'm so sorry guys, old wives tales, I think that's what it's called. If you guys want me to do that kind of video, let me know in the comments below. I think it'll be a little bit fun. Obviously it's just for fun because it's not real, but it'll be a little bit fun. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.